Well, things are progressing. It's a lot of little stuff, trims and this, that, and the other stuff that's got to be done. Actually got the tile guy to come back and do some grout, which that's been like 3 weeks. Working on an alternate solution for that problem down the road. Company trucks, the big one, you know, like 1 ton flatbed kind of truck, is passing a car, and all of a sudden he's like right there, and I had to pull over into the grass. Thank goodness it was just grass, otherwise if it had been a sharp drop off or whatever. So in a couple days, I go back to, well, I go from here to Nassau, Nassau to Boston, Boston to Dover, New Hampshire, Dover, New Hampshire to Acton, Maine as the first part. And I'm going back to get Sid. She hasn't been here since June, and it's just worked out. It's just been one of those kind of things. Usually she comes back earlier, but this year she stayed a little bit later. Mostly because of me, schedules and everything else. And you know, the project is going very well. I mean, there's never really a great time to leave when you're doing a project like this, and this definitely isn't a great time, because I've got a lot of little finishing aspects that have to be looked after, and I've also got this, it's not really my thing, it's not part of my contract stuff or any of that, but there's a pool being put in, and that pool has been, so I just went over with a guy again and explained to them that this pool needs to be dead parallel to this house, because when I put my deck boards on, I can't have a deck board that goes over the edge of the pool that goes down to nothing. If it's not dead parallel, and the owner already told me, he said, if it's not dead parallel, I'm gonna make them take it out. So that's one of the things. And then assuming they do get that done, I've got to have it so that the guys can start framing. I'm supposed to have a material order coming in. Had to sort of rush it, because remember that hurricane thing in Florida? Well, the supplier was like, yeah, you either take the lumber now, all of it, or I can't guarantee you're gonna get it, because everybody down here is scrambling to get lumber. to, you know, do the rebuilding that happened from, I can't remember which hurricane name it was, but you know, the one that hit Florida in the Panhandle. So I've got that going, and that's a big deck. That one is 68 by 20, and then it wraps around the corner. I've got a cement garage that's got to be taken out, and we're going to put 2 5,000-gallon rain tanks, you know, the plastic kind you can buy, under the deck. So I got to dig it down a little bit. So I had the owner order those up today, and that way they'll fit under there. We'll collect water off the back, one of the roofs parts, and that'll give that building and that part another 10,000 gallons of rainwater to collect. So that's got to be, and all these things have to be, it's like I told them, the stuff all has to be coordinated, because the rain tank has to come, building has to be taken apart, the deck has to be built, but the deck can't be built in this section until the rain tanks come and are lifted into place and put down. Then we can go over the top of it, and all of this has to line up in order to work. And you know, the guys I've got working, they're all very good, very conscientious, everything else, and I know they're going to do a great job while I'm gone. It's just that making sure that all these little pieces and parts, and I mean, the good part is with our communication system these days, if anything goes wrong, they can always give me a call, WhatsApp me, whatever, and I can go over whatever. You know, the lumber order is coming. Oh, on top of that, the owner's leaving. So the owner's leaving tomorrow. He won't be back for probably 10 days, I think. So I've got that shipment coming in. That shipment's got to be cleared through customs, that then delivered over to the job site. And it's like, yeah, really not a great time to be going. But, you know, you can't just, for these type of reservations, you can't just say, well, I think I'll go tomorrow morning, because the price would be phenomenal. It's bad enough as it is, but this would be like, yeah, this isn't good at all. So hopefully everything goes well while I'm gone. And, you know, it's not like a vacation, because it's like rain, Vermont, here, there, pick up this, get a haircut, do this, go over here, go over there. It's usually a couple thousand miles worth of driving, which it doesn't bother me. The car's good, roads are good. But in a couple days, it'll be a difference. And you know, you have to remember too, when you leave here, you know, I'm dressed like this. This isn't gonna fly in New England when I get home. Yeah, so you have to remember, okay, down coat, polar fleece, warm socks, because once you get out of the airport in Boston, it's like, oh my God. Because I'm not used to, I mean, it's cooled down. It really has. It's bizarrely, it's 61% humidity, which is like for here, really low. And I think it's, yeah, it's only 80, almost chilly. But when the sun goes down, actually, I get goosebumps. But Sid says I'm a wimp. But I don't go back long enough to reacclimate to those temperatures, so I tend to be rather chilly. We don't keep the house as low as it is here. So inside the house, I tend to have dressed like outdoors. But that's what's coming up. Hopefully everything goes well while I'm gone. Still got a couple more days to go over everything with everybody, and I'm sure they'll all do fine and everything else. It's just always one of those things that another 2 weeks would have been good. But then another 2 weeks would have come and I'd be like, one more week and I would have, so. But that's what we're up to. Oh, and of course, in the last few days here, I've got the cleaning, the sorting, the, you know, getting everything in the house ready, because Alo stays. She's not going to go back just for, you know, a short trip like that. And that, work, all part of the fun, right?